Hey guys, it's Tyler here, an exercise physiologist from Healthy Connections, and Moira, one of our Pilates instructors from Healthy Connections Plus. Today we're going to be taking you through a functional fitness class. So, a little bit of exercise equipment is necessary for this workout. We've got ourselves a TheraBand, nice and light, not too heavy, not too crazy, and we've got some nice light weights. Alright, so Moira, we're going to start with a warm-up. All of these exercises in our warm-up we're going to do just one set of and for around 20 seconds. So for our first movement of our warm-up, can I please get you to stand with your shoulders your feet about shoulder width apart, hands over your shoulders just like that, yep. Small bend in the knees, we call that soft knees, so they're not completely bent, not completely straight, just a little bend. And all that I want you to be doing is looking around with your head behind you and following that motion with your shoulders. Turning around as far as you can and really trying to twist those shoulders around. Just mobilizing a little bit of this spine in this movement, getting it ready for a little bit of strength training through our functional fitness workout. Good, nice fluid breathing throughout, not holding our breath. That's great. We'll finish up with one more on this side. Alright, thoracic rotation's done. Our second warm-up exercise that we'll be doing will be, first of all, our lateral trunk flexion. So I want us all to stand, just soft knees again, but standing nice and upright. I want us to lean over to one side, taking that hand right down our leg, pass down here if we can, and then I want you to transfer that movement to a hamstring stretch at the front. So we're actually leaning forward. Tuck the chin. Good. And then we're going to transfer to the other side now for our lateral flexion on that side. Good. And then standing tall. Let's go through that again, but we're going to start on this left side now. So coming down. Nice and slowly taking it through a hamstring stretch. Transferring over to the other side.
Feels good.
Good. Let's do one more on each side. Take it slow, guys, and again, not holding our breath in this, just nice continuous breathing throughout.
Last time?
Last time. Beautiful. Alrighty. Next warm-up exercise we're going to do are just going to be some simple arm swings. So we're going to start with our arms out at about a 45-degree angle and just start with some nice small circles first. Through this movement, I want you to think about tucking your shoulder blades down and back behind you. Think about pulling your shoulder blades back into your back pockets here. As we go, we're going to work our way upwards. Yep, just to about shoulder height.
Oh, yep.
Yep. Stopping there, and we're going to reverse the direction of our circles and slowly descend back down. And it's as easy as that. The next warm-up exercise that we're going to go through are just some simple neck circles. So we're going to start with our ear to shoulder, relaxing the shoulders, making sure we're not hunched, and we're just going to rotate down and over to the other side, pausing there, and rotating back to the other side through the front there. That's excellent. Good. Really drop that ear down to the shoulder, keep the shoulders relaxed, and we're maintaining our breathing again. Good, we'll just get one more out on each side. Alright, our next warm-up exercise that we're going to go through are some air squats. So, what I'd like, feet about shoulder width apart. I want you to tilt your toes so they're maybe just a little bit rotated outward, just a little if it's more comfortable. All that we're doing, keeping the weight on your heels, driving your hips backwards as you bend your knees and come down into a squat, and then drive your hips forward to stand back up. That's excellent. About 20 seconds of air squats. As you see, Moira's got her hands over her chest like this. If you're really uncomfortable in this position, perhaps try hands on our hips. You can cross your arms. Whatever's more comfortable in this position. That's great. We'll do one more to finish off the 20-second bout and have a rest there. So the last movement in our warm-up sequence is going to be a bit of more of a balance-oriented movement. So if I can get Moira to take a small step forward, what we're going to be doing, starting on one leg, I want you to take the other leg off the ground, lift it up for a hip flexion, and then I want you to take that leg out into hip abduction, and then we can come back down to the ground. Excellent. Repeat with that leg. Repeat. We'll do 3 on that side, and then we'll jump to the other side.
Unbalancing.
Mm-hmm. Here's where we get to see the discrepancy in the sides.
There's 3.
Excellent, and we'll try that again on both sides. Excellent, guys. As long as you're doing the same amount on each leg, we are fine with that. Open up those hips. Wonderful. All right, guys. We come to the body of our workout now. Warm-up is complete. Hopefully we're feeling ready for some action, ready for some movement. We're going to start with our dumbbells. So they are yours, Moira.
Thanks.
We've got some nice light 1 kilo dumbbells to begin our workout with. We're going to start by using our chair. So the first movement is going to incorporate what we did with our air squats, but instead of just dropping down with our body weight, we're going to be standing up from the chair. So our rules were feet shoulder width apart, slightly outwards if that's more comfortable. We're going to be standing tall from that position, just with our arms by our side, and then coming up into a calf raise. Good. And then dropping it back down. We're going to do 2 sets of 10 of these, guys. Excellent. Moira's doing really well here.
Thank you.
Maintaining her breathing again. Pushing those knees outward as we stand and lower ourselves. All the way to 10. All right.
Last one.
Mm-hmm.
All the way down?
All the way down.
Let's do it.
And we can finish that set there. So, before you have a rest, we're going on to our second movement of this first exercise for the session. It's called a superset. And what that movement will be is a mini deadlift. So if I can get you to stand up there, Moira, maybe face side on, facing me. What we're going to be doing, keeping our arms just hanging straight down from our shoulders. All I want you to do is stick your hips backwards again, like we did with the air squat. Drag the weights down your thighs, and then push your hips forward as you stand up. Excellent. That's 1. We're going for 10. Nice and slow, fluid movements, driving those bottom muscles together as we stand up. Excellent. So this is a mini deadlift type movement, and that's what we'll be supersetting with our sit to stands and calf raises. Excellent. All the way to 10 for me. Beautiful. All right, now you can have a rest. Round 2, guys, we're going to go through that superset one more time for another set of 10 of each exercise. So Moira's going to jump back on her chair, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to rise up for our sit to stand, up into the calf raise again, just like so. Doing really well. Good, not holding her breath. A nice general rule for all of our exercises today and throughout our other workouts as well. All the way to 10, doing really well. Excellent. Have a seat back on the chair to finish off the 10th, and then we're going to stand up and go through our mini deadlifts again. So, our second set of 10, hands are coming down our thighs as they did before. We drive our hips forward as we stand tall. Good. Excellent. So the weight of our body through this movement is actually staying through our heels. We're not drifting forward onto our toes. We're really sinking our body weight backwards as we come down into that deadlift. Maintain that connection of the weights to your thighs. All the way to 10.
Awesome.
Excellent. Rest time.
Yay.
Alrighty, to begin our second superset of the day, we're going for a little bit more upper body oriented movements. So we're going to start with the dumbbell shoulder press. So standing, if you're comfortable with standing, we're going to go through the standing movement, and then for the second set we might go through a seated movement if you're more comfortable in that position. So feet shoulder width apart, as usual. We're going to bend those knees to our soft knee position. We're going to lift the weights up so that our upper arms are pretty well parallel with the ground there, and that's our bottom position. We're not going to drop any lower than that. From there, we're going to push the weights upwards and together till our arms are just about straight, and then we come back down to that starting position. Perfect. Going for 10 repetitions of this movement as well, guys. And if you notice, while Moira is pushing up, she's not actually letting her ribs flare up. She's not letting her lower back bend excessively. It's all staying quite neutral through this movement, which is really what we want to see. Excellent, all the way to 10. I hope Moira is counting, because I'm not.
2 more.
Excellent. That's the dumbbell shoulder press, standing. All right, the second movement in our superset, don't have a rest yet, is our upright row. So, keeping everything in the same position, soft knees, all I want Moira to do is drag those weights very close to her body, upwards towards her chin, and then back down to the floor. Good. It might feel a little bit counterintuitive in this movement, but I want you to think about holding your shoulder blades back in your back pockets again. So don't let your shoulders shrug up like this. I want you to keep them down. Maintain a nice distance between your shoulder and your ear. That's a nice way to think about it. All the way to 10, and then we can have a rest. Good.
Last one.
And have a rest. Second set of our second superset of the day, little tongue twister for you there, is our shoulder press again. So feet shoulder width apart as per before. Slight bend in the knees, nice soft knees. Weights are coming up, parallel with the ground with our upper arm as we push up together. Let's go for 10. Nice and slow.
Oops.
Although I'm talking fast, our movements are nice, slow and relaxed. Quality over quantity for these movements. Even though we're always doing 10. High quality movements though, that's where we want. That's what we want.
Last one.
Excellent. Shoulder press complete, no rest, we're going straight to our upright rows. So for our upright rows this time, I want us to not lift quite as far as we were last time. All right, yep, that's perfect. And keep those shoulder blades really pulled back into our back pockets. All the way to 10, that's really good. Excellent. Not letting ourselves tense up through the neck here. Everything's staying quite relaxed, and that's by pulling our shoulder blades down, not allowing this movement. Good. All the way to 10.
Done.
Have a rest. So, we finished our second superset. We're moving on to a balance movement now to break up the program. Weights go on the ground safely at a distance away from you so you're not going to trip on them. What I'd like Moira to do is step right up into the middle here. we're taking one leg off the ground, and then we're taking that leg back behind us to touch our toe on the ground. Yep, just like so. And then I want you to drive that knee forwards into a high knee position. Perfect. And we're going to repeat that for 10 on each side. Good. The main things we're focusing on here is our weight distribution through this front foot again. So our weight is staying predominantly through our heel. I want you to try gripping the ground with your other toes, not just the tip of your toe, the whole toe. That will actually help you stabilize as well. Use those muscles in your feet and all the way up through the hips as we squeeze our bottom as we drive that hip forward. All the way to 10, and then we'll switch on over. 10 on the other side now. Good. Maintaining nice symmetry with those hips, so try and keep those hips as straight forward facing as possible. Take it nice and slow. Excellent. All the way to 10. And this one is not a superset, so you get a rest as soon as we're finished here. Great. All right, have a rest. All right, let's go for our second and last set of this balance movement. So single leg, taking one leg off the ground, please, Moira. We're gonna slowly drive that leg back, just touch that toe on the ground, and then driving it forward again. Excellent. 10 on this side to begin with. Good. And what you can see with Moira here is she's not placing too much weight on that back leg. She's just touching the toe on the ground. Just affirming that touch and then driving forward. Great. Good. If you're comfortable with this one, start to touch a little bit further back behind you if you can, as we switch to the other leg, and we'll go for 10 here. Nice and slow, consistent breathing. Excellent. Good, Moira's hips are staying forward facing. Maintaining that nice symmetry there. As we finish off this second and final set of our balance movement. Excellent. Our third superset of the day is going to be with TheraBand. So if I could please get you to grab your TheraBand out, and we're going to find ourselves a seat. The first movement, all that I would like you to do is, there you go, wrap the TheraBand around underneath your legs, crisscross those bands over, and then grab the band with the hands while it's crisscrossed over. There you go. Get a bit of tension on that band, so maybe throw your hands a little bit further down the band, and then we can just rest our hands on the outside of our leg. Goody goody, we're ready to go. Feet shoulder width apart again. This exercise we're thinking about our knees and what our hip muscles are doing to move those knees. So, what I'd like Moira to do, sitting up nice and tall as she is, I want you to start from this position here, knees shoulder width apart, drive her knees outward while keeping her feet flat on the ground. We're going to go for that 10 times. Have a bit of a practice keeping your feet gripping the ground as we were earlier in the workout, because they're going to want to turn out, but this is all about moving the thigh bone independently from our lower limb. Our lower leg, I should say. That's great. Don't let those knees come any narrower than shoulder width. We keep them at about that distance when we come back in. Driving out, gripping that ground. Excellent. All right, without having a rest, we're going on to our third superset. The second exercise in this superset is going to be shoulder external rotation. So we're getting into this position here. If Moira can tuck her shoulder blades back into her back pocket as before, a little bit of tension on that band. And I want you to grab the band and actually point your thumbs outward for me. That's going to be our indicator of the angle of our hands for this movement. So, we're driving our thumbs completely apart, keeping our thumbs parallel with the ground, straightening our arms out from there, keeping that tension on the band, bringing our elbows back in, and then bringing our hands together. That's one. We're going for 10 repetitions. Excellent. Keep those shoulders pulled down throughout the whole movement, even as you take your hands forward and straighten your elbows, your shoulders will want to come up. What our job is to oppose that inclination. Keep everything tucked back with that nice big gap underneath our ears. Good. Moira's doing a great job of keeping her thumbs parallel with the ground for this movement. And what she is doing is squeezing her shoulder blades together to actually initiate that outward movement of her hands. Really working those muscles between the shoulder blades. What these muscles are going to help with is keeping us nice and upright in a posture that is a little more optimal than a lot of other postures. All right, have a rest there. Superset complete. Alrighty guys, that is the hard part of the workout completed. Well done. We're going to finish it all off and tie it together with a little bow with a cool down. So, we're going to start with a hamstring stretch as our cool down. So if Moira, we can just start with one straight leg at a time, hands over the top of each other. We're going to reach down towards the base of our foot. We're going to hold that for about 20 seconds. Nice, continuous breathing again. Don't hold your breath. Good, reaching down to a point of slight discomfort. All the way to 20 seconds. And we'll switch sides there. Coming back up, taking a nice deep breath, breathing it out, and then we'll repeat. Good, holding for 20 seconds. And we can stop there. Our next cool down movement we're going to do is a thoracic rotation, just like the start. This time we're going to be in a chair. So I'll get Moira to turn around to each side. We're going to do this for about 20 seconds. Really thinking about keeping her hips nice and stable. Just do our upper body moving. Good, 5 more seconds. Alrighty, what we might do now, staying seated on that chair, what I'd like Moira to do is grab one of her legs just below her knee and actually pull that knee right up into her chest. We're going to hold that for about 20 seconds. Keep that nice upright posture. Make sure we're continuously breathing again, and I want you to feel a little bit of slight discomfort in this stretch as well. Holding for 20 seconds, we've got 5 seconds left there. And switching legs. For our last stretch of the day, holding that last one for 20 seconds. And coming down. Excellent. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in for our functional fitness workout. It's been Moira doing a great job with the exercises and Tyler doing a great job with the instructing. Hopefully you can tune in for our next workout. Keep an eye on our Facebook page and our websites as well, so you can keep moving during these times where sedentary behaviour might become a little bit more common. So let's keep moving, keep an eye on the pages. We'll talk to you then.